Welcome back. Nigerian's immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari has said he is happy that the incumbent President Bola Tinubu increased the petrol pump price. He said the decision would reduce the number of visitors he receives in his native Daura town in Katsina State. Buhari said this on Sunday at the event organized by the Katsina Consultative Forum at the Presidential Banquet Hall of Government House, Katsina. Speaking in the house in Hausa language, Buhari said he returned to Daura and a lot of people kept visiting him. But when Tinubu increased the price of fuel, he rejoiced because he expected the visits to decline. And reacting to the video, popular social political activists, said a lot of things on her social media pages. And then she also stressed that he lacked zero empathy, zero emotional intelligence. Well, she said a lot of things on her social media page on X. And we still have in the studio Mr. Lawal Ekundayo and Dr. Andy. And then virtually we have Mr. John Akerele. A lot of persons have, Dr. Andy Abokive, a lot of persons have come out to say that the former president's speech is insensitive. I mean, people are like, we can't even imagine that we had such a person as our president. So, what's your view on that?
There's no gainsaying it or stretching it. I say to people that white is white, black is black, right? There are other colors that you can argue with, but white is white. My new book that I'm writing is Iberiberism, the downs and downs of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. I can say to you that the worst thing that happened to Nigeria was the coming in of President Muhammadu Buhari into governance, into the political space. The worst thing that happened to Nigeria. How do you have a person speak in that manner? People were visiting me, but as they increased the price, I expected that they won't visit me anymore. You see how our leaders, our dealers, not leaders. You see how our dealers think? We call them leaders, but they deal. They don't lead. If you were to lead, you put yourself ahead of the people, and your interest primarily is about the people. That's what leadership essentially is about. How do you have a person who once upon a time was the president of this country, served 8 years, speaking in this manner? I could have made a diagnosis, but I would choose not to make a diagnosis on air, because our former president shouldn't be speaking in this manner. He should be speaking as a father, as someone who understands the pains of the people. But how would they understand? You were one time a president and you never bought fuel. You never bought diesel. I am sure he's right now not buying fuel, he's not buying diesel. He's got everything at his beck and call. That's why you see what is happening. Again, it comes to the people. What are the people saying about these things? Issues like this will leave the front burner everywhere else in the world. If this were to be in America, they would have put him today on the frying pan with chopping sticks. But guess what? We're just going to have this conversation today, and is kesera. Whatever will be, will be. Nigerians jump to their usual style, to their usual jackets, and they are pursuing their everyday thing. That could have been better if we had leaders there. So I say that white is white and black is black. I didn't expect anything more or anything better from the former president.
All right then, John. Now let me get you into this conversation. That may have been a joke taken too far. The president insinuating that the visits were becoming disturbing, but then with the increase in fuel price, people would not have enough. They won't have enough fuel to come visit him. He did also say that Nigerians should leave him alone. He said it, that he's going to Daura and he would like to be left alone. Now, John, please, how do you react to this joke by Buhari?
With the person of Muhammadu Buhari, former president, and the office of the presidency. If you look at his personality, you will see that he's such a very calm and humble person. You know, he doesn't who does not really like this feferity, as it were. And because that is what comes with the office, is our own culture. Even if you are a former governor, you see the way people come to your house to pay homage to you and all of that. Look at when Daura was released from the EFCC custody. Can you see the jubilation on the streets in their own area? And so it is their own way and pattern. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari is not a comedian, but at one point or the other, always throws some hot jokes. And this is one of those hot jokes. Only that this hot joke is coming at a time that Nigerians are not finding it very funny. And I quite accept that school of thought, that this is a joke that is gone too far. Why? Because it's just like you are gaslighting Nigerians, that you are happy that the hardship. Now, this is not even about the price of fuel. The price of fuel came with hardship. And so if you, as a former president, is saying that you are happy that this hardship is on Nigerians, it shows that you were not really a leader that led with empathy, that led with love and with the people in your heart. Because if not, that would have been a joke that would have been avoided by all costs, looking at his caliber, looking at his age, looking at his office, and looking at him as a elder statesman who, someone like Jonathan wouldn't have uttered such a statement. Someone like Obasanjo wouldn't have uttered such a statement too, even if some of them are controversial. So for me, I think it's a joke that has gone too far, and that's why Nigerians are actually reacting. Nigerians are even reacting, or will even get more angry, because of the fact that under his administration, we have so many policy comatose. So many policies that were not really favorable. If you check our ease of doing business index, we're not there as a people. If you check our GDP, we're not there as a people. If you check our economy, we're not doing well. If you check poverty, we're the capital of the world. And as such, people look at those parameters and say to you, even after your 8 years of saying that you have led Nigerians, we are no better in terms of security, healthcare, we're not better off than you met us. You even left us worse. And now if you are saying that to us, that you are happy that the price of crude, is on the increase, and that's why people cannot visit you. That for me is a joke too far, and that does not show a leader that really care about the people.
All right, now let me come to you now. Well, this is a president that was largely unaware of a lot of things that were going on around him at the time. And now we are seeing that some ministers, like the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, are being looked at to have mismanaged funds that accrued to them. How do you react to this statement? Is he even aware that Nigerians are suffering?
In his own town, 8 years, did he not increase fuel price? Was the price of fuel, did it not increase?
Yes, it did.
The hardship of Nigeria, did it not increase? And when he came out of office, he said he has done well. Now, why is it that our leaders are now using us as some kind of joke? And everybody will now say joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. He said, you are joking. Why don't you use your hand into the fire and say it's a joke? The president, the incumbent president, went to Germany and told them that they need to be given an award.
A Guinness
Book of to be in the Guinness Book for what?
For hitting the ground running.
for removing fuel subsidy. That means that is saying for putting hardship on Nigeria, you should give me an award. I am very brilliant in putting hardship.
But if you put it that way, you have to bear in mind that all the presidential aspirants, everybody talked about removing fuel.
Wrong. When we say that, okay, there's something I've said it many times here and somewhere else. Everybody has his own plan. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say I want to go for, like he went for the medicals, I went into the education sector. We didn't spend the same number of years. You get it? Does that mean that is different?
Okay.
Obi said the way he was going to do his own is different from the way the incumbent did his own. So why are you now crucifying all of them? Somebody can say, somebody can say, my own, it will come out at the end of my tenure. After I have fixed all the issues that brought the subsidy in the first place.
Okay.
So I'm going to, if I come and say I'm going to remove first subsidy, and these are my plans, I'm going to fix the refinery before I do that. I'm going to do this before I do that. I'm going to, after I've done all these things, that is when I'm going to, are you not going to now put me in the same shoe with somebody that came on air, right. I mean, 1 hour after being sworn, in less than an hour, you get his removed. Are we in the same shoe? No.
Well, Dr. Andy Voptvlive.
Who told you people that they have removed subsidy? When I speak a lot of times, they think that I'm controversial.
The government.
Who told you people?
The government.
The government just says, and we believe hook, line, sinker, and the river. What does it mean to remove subsidy? Today, they are still regulating the price, the pump price, and they tell you they've removed subsidy. In that strength or stretch alone is the lie that is palpable even before those who can't feel. Obvious, visible before the blind, and audible before the deaf. How do you say you have even removed subsidy? And let me even jump back to answering the question. If I said I wanted to renovate this building, and you said you were going to renovate this building, you can come and demolish it and pull it down. I can come and engage the civil engineers, engage the architect without necessarily altering the foundation and reconstruct the building. We are both renovating, but your understanding of renovation is destructive. My understanding of renovation is constructive. How do you come without engaging, without understanding the protocol that is involved in that industry? Just say you are removing a subsidy. Who told you remove subsidy? What does it mean to remove subsidy? It annoys me that we have all accepted their panderings. Subsidy, and the Voptvlive says it has not been removed in this country. Who today imports fuel into this country and gives fuel to the other people to sell? Who reports fuel? When you remove subsidy, you allow the people to play it. Dollar is hitting the roof. Naira is sinking. You are buying petrol the same price as the dollar, and the naira is fluctuating, and you say that they improved, that they remove subsidy. Nigerians are just so gullible, and this is what I speak to. Nobody is answering or asking the critical questions. If you had removed subsidy, why are you regulating the price? Why did the government say to us that, we are not going to even... President Muhammadu Buhari, in one of his speeches, said that the price is not going to go up anymore. How do you say that in an economy? If you travel America, you find that there are certain states that you will drive to and certain stations you will go to. You buy petrol for a price that is different from others. If you drove into Dallas, if you drove into different states, you find that's a regulated environment where there is no subsidy. But today, you will find that NNPC is selling at a fixed amount, and NNPC is selling to the other people. The reason the other people are selling the way they are selling is because they take their cue from NNPC. And that makes no economic sense to anybody who is thinking and rationalizing anything. So the different presidential aspirants did not say. They did not say. The understanding of Bola Tinubu was that as soon as I come in here, let Nigerians know that this money that the people before me have been stealing under the ground of subsidy, I want to stop them, because perhaps some of those monies are not coming to me. I'm just saying. That was the singular reason. If you wanted to remove it, you understudied it. You know, when we were in school, we were taught that if you were going to take, if you were going to make plan or make decision, the thing that you must do first is situation analysis.
But this person had been in government, so you don't...
Who has been in government?
The president.
Tinubu had been in government.
In what government?
He had been... I mean...
He had been a governor. You know what the difference...
national chairman of the APC as well.
So?
He was the person touted to have brought Buhari into power. So are you saying that he wasn't aware of what was going on?
The fine details of the workings of the national government are only the preserve and the prerogative of the president. The fine details. Do you know the amount of advisory that the president is given and he gets on a daily basis as a president? Not as who is a chairman of a party. You are existing at the instance of the president. Now, who can remove you? You know, if you wanted to remove you. See what happened with Aldo Ogbe. Obasanjo went to him, sat with him, ate with him, and gave him letter to sign. And Aldo Ogbe was gone in 24 hours. Who is the leader of a political party? What kind of nomenclature is that? They do not understand defined details. It's only the president. As soon as you get to become the president, the first thing you should do is to analyze the situation. If I did this, how is this going to affect this? If I did this, would this affect this? What can I do to make better this circumstance or this situation? Is it possible for me to study the stench, the nonsense, the cancerous perfidy that had been existing even in this sector? Who have they brought to book if they said that the subsidy regime was plagued with corruption? Who today have you heard that this current government said to us that they stole 22 trillion, they stole $6 billion as a result of this subsidy? They are all quiet and journalists are quiet, and we are saying they have removed subsidy. This scam is even continuing, and it is continuing because Nigerians are docile and Nigerians are gullible.
All right then. So because of time, we have less than a minute to go. Let's get John, who is joining us from Asia. Let's get his concluding thoughts, and then we'll wrap this segment up. John, please. Less than a minute.
I totally agree with Dr. Akpoti. Doctor, I agree with you totally. And I think we must be sincere with ourselves as a people. Subsidy is still there, only that the name has been changed. Don't forget, they changed SAS to SWAT. And so, in this case, we are not having subsidy again, but the name has been changed. But the same structure still persists. And that's what we should look at. How come, Moses, have you asked yourself, all this oil theft that you have been getting, how many people have you seen have been convicted for oil theft?
Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your time and your contribution on the program. We'll be speaking with John Akirile, who is a journalist and a public affairs commentator. We've also had Dr. Andy Akpotive, who is a medical personnel and a social reformer. And I do understand that he's also an author. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And also we've had Lawale Kundayo, who is an educationist and also a public affairs commentator. I must say very thank you to you gentlemen for joining this conversation. We'll take a break. When we come back, we get to do other aspects of the show: entertainment, sports, and business. Stay with us.